What's up, y'all? It's Ariel, and I just wanted to give you a quick update about something that happened over the past couple days. All right, you guys, so I ended up going to the hospital. I woke up, I was sleeping, like fast asleep, and I've never had this issue before to this capacity. But I was fast asleep and I woke up and it literally felt like someone was trying to squeeze my heart, like just, ugh. I had never felt this squeezing sensation in my chest before. So it woke me up from my sleep and I wasn't thinking anything of it. I was like, hey, it's probably just gas pains from something I ate, some of the extra veggies, something. So I took gas medicine and it wasn't going away. And there was something different about this chest pain because it was so painful that I was short of breath with it. So I was shortness of breath. I was having this weird pain that wouldn't go away. I mean, it's 10 o'clock at night. I don't want to get up and bother any of my family. I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. But the pain didn't go away. I sat there in pain for about a good 30 minutes and I'm not one to complain. So once I realized this isn't gas, it shouldn't be this hard to breathe. It shouldn't feel like something is trying to squeeze my heart to pieces. I ended up asking my younger brother to drive me to the hospital. You guys, when I tell you this was one of the worst pains of my life, so here I am in the car with my brother. It's now about 11 o'clock at night and we are going to the hospital. You guys, once we get there, I'm trying to talk to them. It's hard for me to get my words out and I'm sweating, but it's like the cold sweat. So I'm in pain. I have these cold sweats, like I'm short of breath. I'm not sure what's happening. And I get up there and I tell the lady I'm having chest pains. I really need some help. What can we do? And the emergency room, as always, it's typically pretty packed, but there were only about 6 to 8 people waiting there. But you guys, they called me in right away and they did the triage. So she took my blood pressure, she did a quick EKG, and then she basically asked me a question. She was like, is it anxiety? And that made me really, really upset because I'm sitting here telling you how much pain I'm in. My blood pressure is ridiculously high right now. It got up to 167 over 104, something like that. And all she ended up doing was saying, okay, well, sit in the lobby and we'll have someone come out when they can. You guys, when I tell you I sat in the lobby in chronic pain for about 6 hours and I sat there with other people who were in pain, but they didn't look like they were in as much pain as me. They were up, walking around, doing things. You guys, I sat there in the hospital and I waited for 6 hours with chest pain before somebody came out to see what was going on. That was probably the hardest part of the entire process because I felt like no one cared. No one's here to support me in this hospital and I don't know what's happening. I don't know why I have these chest pains. I don't know why I'm short of breath. And you guys, it was a really, really scary experience. So I just want to say thank you to my family and thank you to my brother for driving me in the middle of the night when I know you wanted to be on your video games playing Spider-Man and instead he stayed by my side. He didn't leave. And I kept trying to get him out. But you guys, remember when I told you you can't take care of anyone until you first take care of yourself? Me going to the hospital when I was having this pain was a big deal because it was me taking care of myself when I would have normally just, nope, it's fine. I don't want to bother anybody. But that's kind of where it all started. You guys, when they finally called me back and had a room for me, here we are at that time. It's probably about 4 something, 5 something in the morning. They're calling me back and they have somewhere to take me back to see a doctor to run more tests because the lady at the front desk said they would not read the EKG until I went back. So once they finally called my name, I felt like I had won the lottery after waiting for that long to be seen. And of course, by that time, my pain went from a 10 out of 10, maybe down to around like a 6, but it was nonstop. I think the pain might have stopped once for about 5 minutes and it was still the same. So I go back immediately. They put me on the little beds. But when I tell you the hospital was packed, rooms were packed. There were patients in the hallways. Nurse's station was blasting music, trying to get through. Everyone looked stressed and tired. And when I tell you you're bed to bed with patients in the hallway, like me from my bed, I could see the man in the bed in front of me. He's throwing up. I could see the man in front of him calling out for help. I can see the man in front of him and hear his machine beeping. It was a traumatic experience. And I'm sitting there in pain like, you know what? I don't need to be here. It just feels like my heart's like trying to burst or something. But again, I'm that way. I'm like, just take care of all these people first in my mind. But I didn't say that because I did want to be seen and see what was going on. But they took me, they did a chest x-ray, and then they ended up, what did we do? We did a chest x-ray, and then they ended up giving me medication for pain. They ended up giving me a Toradol shot for pain. They ran a couple other tests, and then it was about, again, an hour wait before any results came back. You guys just sitting there in pain, not knowing what's going on. Just, it's not a fun feeling. Anyway, you guys, they come out and basically they tell me your EKG is fine, everything looks fine, follow up with a cardiologist. So at this point, I'm angry. So I waited in the lobby for 6 hours with chest pain, crying, having a hard time breathing, sweating. Come back here. You guys keep me back here for about 2 hours. An hour of that time I was waiting for my results. And you tell me like everything's fine, you know, go home, see a cardiologist in 3 days. Okay, you guys, my brother ended up taking me home. I gave my mom my paperwork, and thank goodness my mom likes to read everything. You guys, they told me everything was fine. My mom read through the paperwork, and then it says that my EKG is borderline, and that's why I need to see a cardiologist. He didn't tell me that there might be something wrong with my EKG. He just said, you're fine, go home. We gave you a shot for pain. No, like my EKG was borderline, and that's why something is going on, but the hospital didn't know what. So you guys, I will be updating you when I go and I see a cardiologist, but I just want to say, advocate for yourself as best as you can. And the only reason that I feel that I was able to go and just, sorry, I'm getting frustrated. You guys, I feel like the only reason that I even ended up scheduling with the cardiologist was because my mom found that on the paper that something was going on. So my thing is, why didn't the hospital tell me this? You know, I just felt out of the loop because they're like, it's fine, go home. But every day since then, I have been having that squeezing feeling, and I'll get shortness of breath with it. Sometimes it brings me to tears, and they kind of just sent me on my way. So you guys, I don't want to keep you too long, but I wanted to let you know what was going on. I will update you as we go. If you made it this far into the video, I would love if you would hit the like button just for your support, so I know you made it this far. If you're new, I'd be honored if you would subscribe. You guys, again, I will keep you updated when I go and see the cardiologist. But if you are on your weight loss journey, if you are on your health journey, advocate for you, take care of you, keep going, keep fighting. And if you have something going on, go get it checked out. And that's coming from somebody who's stubborn and doesn't always go get it checked out right away. But all right, you guys, I will see you in the next video. Love, your big sister, Ariel.